What's up, St. John's? It's your girl Liz.
And your girl Courtney.
And we have a lot of new events coming for you this week. And this is
The Bulletin.
Thanks, Liz and Courtney. I'm Nick, and I'm here to do the events for this week. Monday, Father Tree is hosting Let's Talk during Common Hour in the Kiernan Suite. Father Tree is the nicest guy on campus. If you got nothing better to do, come help him out. Come give him some support. No events on Tuesday, so, just time to chill on campus. Come swing by the ping pong table. I'll be there. Come hang out with me. Wednesday, we're hosting our own Kids on Campus at the Great Lawn at 5 p.m. To attend, you must be vaccinated. All children underage, they must have a mask on. And in order to be let in, you must have a costume. That last part's not real, but you should. It's Halloween. Let's have fun, guys. On Thursday, the Women in Business, they will be leading a Zoom on the future of business students at 6:30 p.m. If you're a business student, this is a good opportunity. You should go there even if you're not a woman in business. There are no events on Friday or Saturday, and have a happy Halloween on Sunday. Off to sports.
Monday in NFL news, we have the New Orleans Saints versus the Seattle Seahawks. Nick, tell us about the matchup.
Well, the Seahawks are coming into this matchup after a big loss to the Steelers in overtime off of a field goal. A very controversial game, in fact. Russell Wilson is still on the IR and he will be until Week 9, looking like Geno Smith is going to have his second straight start for the Seahawks.
And now moving on to Thursday, which starts Week 8 in the NFL season, we have Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers versus the Arizona Cardinals, and that is at 8:20.
Also on Sunday, Cowboys-Vikings. That's America's Game of the Week. That's an 8:20 start on NBC.
And for Monday Night Football, we have Giants and Chiefs at 8:15.
Moving on to NHL this week, on the 25th, the Flames are heading into town to versus the Rangers. That's a 7 o'clock start at MSG.
And then on the 26th, the Devils will face the Flames in the Prudential Center at 7 o'clock.
On the 29th, the Jackets are going to be versing the Rangers. That's another 7 o'clock start on the 29th at MSG.
And then on the 30th, the Isles will face the Nashville Predators in Nashville at 1:30.
Also on the 30th, my birthday, the Devils will be heading to Pittsburgh to verse Sidney Crosby and the Penguins. That's a 7 o'clock start at PPG Paints Arena.
And then the Columbus Blue Jackets will continue their road trip across the Northeast and will face the Devils in New Jersey on October 31st at 5 o'clock.
I'm going to be there.
No one cares.
So if you see me, come say hi. And also on the 31st, a very big game for the Rangers as they will be heading to Seattle to the Climate Pledge Arena to play their first ever franchise game against the new Seattle Kraken. And lastly in hockey news, Devils center Jack Hughes was recently placed on IR after leaving Tuesday's game against the Kraken early after a hit from Kraken defenseman Jeremy Lauzon. Hughes was evaluated today and is listed as week to week and will not require surgery on his shoulder. In MLS, the Red Bulls will be facing Montreal in their hunt for the playoffs, and also Inter Miami will be visiting to verse NYFC.
And now moving on to the NBA news, on the 25th, the Wizards will face the Nets at 7:30.
On the 26th, the 76ers, probably without Ben Simmons, are going to be playing the Knicks at 7:30 at MSG.
That is a big predicament out in Philly.
That is.
And then on the 27th, the Heat will come down to face the Nets in Brooklyn at the Barclays Center at 7:30.
And the Nets will probably not have Kyrie Irving either, as he's still holding out on the vaccine.
It's very interesting to the beginning of the season for most teams.
It is. The Bucks beat them on opening night. The Nets aren't looking too good. The Knicks, though, are currently 1-0 at the time of recording after a double OT win against the Celtics.
And the Knicks will continue to stay hot against the Bulls on the 28th at 8 o'clock.
The Knicks will be heading to New Orleans to verse Zion Williamson and the Pelicans on the 30th at 7 o'clock.
And on Halloween night, the 31st at 7:30, Nets fans have an interesting game to watch against the Detroit Pistons and their new and exciting rookie, Cade Cunningham, who was the first overall pick in the draft over the summer.
And in MLB news, at the time of the recording, the NLCS and the ALCS are still going on, so we don't know who's in the World Series. Chris, do you have any predictions?
The Dodgers did it last year. They came back from down 3-1 against the Atlanta Braves. They're going to do it again, and they're going to win the World Series again.
Honestly, I think we're going to have another Dodgers-Astros. Sorry to say, Yankees fans, but I think the Astros are going to. And that's all for sports.
Back to you, Courtney and Liz.
That was a very rowdy sports update. Well, thank you both, and happy early birthday to our sports reporter, Nick.
Okay, and next up we have Daria with our hot topic and entertainment news.
Starting hot topics from an update on Gabby Petito case that for the last couple of weeks made multiple headlines. Brian Laundrie's belongings were found along with human remains by FBI. As of today, October 21st, we have no confirmation whether human remains belong to him. From COVID News, Pfizer and BioNTech just announced that their COVID booster shot is 95% effective. The FDA is currently in the process of recommending for approval the booster shots for both Moderna and Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Dune just hit theaters. This movie, based on science fiction novel, will take you to the desert planet of Arrakis, with the cast starring Oscar Isaac, Jason Momoa, Rebecca Ferguson, Timothée Chalamet, and Zendaya. The next up is French Dispatch, a story of French dispatch office of American newspaper, starring Benicio del Toro, Tilda Swinton, Owen Wilson, Frances McDormand, and again Timothée Chalamet. For him, this is a very busy theatrical release season. And finally, we have A Passing, a contemporary American take on black and white cinema, with revival of 1929 novel Passing by Nella Larsen, which stars Tessa Thompson, Ruth Negga, and touches on the issues of racial injustice and white passing. The movie will also be available on Netflix if you don't manage to catch it in theaters starting November 10th. Our students just had a chance to see Aladdin on Broadway. If you missed it, our concierge desk still has available tickets for next musical, which is Moulin Rouge, which just won a Tony for the best musical. So don't miss it and see you on Broadway.
Hey, what's up? I'm Jess, and this is the weather for the week of October 25th to October 31st. So it's going to be pretty warm, mid-60s, low 60s. There's a pretty good chance of rain, but hopefully by Halloween there will be no rain. It's going to be pretty warm. And back to you.
Thank you for that weather update.
If you want to be featured on a future episode of The Bulletin, please DM us on Instagram at thebullet.sju.
Okay guys, that's all the events we have for the week. We'll see you all next time.